in search of the big ones. The year was 1970. Stewart Island, the Brem River, and Toba Inlet were the locations of choice for summer fishing and larger salmon. As a proud owner of a 16-foot Hurston Glasscraft boat, I was contemplating a trip with hopes of finding some larger Chinook salmon. While chatting with my neighbor, Matt Campbell, the local municipal engineer, I relayed my thoughts, and he said he was familiar with up-coast fishing. I asked him if he would like to join me on a trip. We decided to go the next weekend. The next week entailed planning and getting supplies and fishing gear ready. Planned departure was Friday after work. We left Westview Harper, bound for his recommendation of Toba Inlet. The logging companies stored their booms of logs where fresh water of Toba Inlet runs into the inlet. Fresh water helps keep the dreaded teredo worms from eating into their valuable logs. The outside perimeter of the boom provided a great spot to tie our boat. We made a safe moorage for us to sleep. We could now be close to the area of our early morning start to catch the bite. While getting ready to settle down for the night, Mac showed me 2 lures he had been successful with and offered me a choice of one if I so wished. I chose one called a Lucky Louie, which had a herring skin simulation. We endured a poor night's sleep and woke up about 4 a.m. After a quick coffee, we left to catch the tide change. Daybreak was around 5 a.m. Sunrise was beautiful as the sun climbed slowly over the lush green mountains. Our lines were in the water, making a minuscule ripple as we trolled across the motionless inlet. Suddenly, I was brought to my feet as my rod sprung to life and hammered down. I grabbed the rod as it bounced frantically. I remember my father's words, "Keep the tip up." We witnessed a large form explode from the mist and return to its safety below. Once again, my prey emerged from the crest of a wave and gave the impression it was walking across the water until once again heading seaward. This activity continued for the next 20 minutes until the fish and I both tired, and I was able to lead my glistening prize to Mac's awaiting net. I was in shock when I saw the difficulty Mac was having trying to corral our monster. In a state of panic, he was able to get his arm around the net and wrestle the beast into the boat. We were both ecstatic with excitement. I'll never forget how my legs were shaking as the adrenaline surged throughout me. We looked at what turned out to be a 28.5-pound white spring salmon and realized over 1/3 of the fish did not fit into the net. The fish was dispatched to the awaiting cooler, and we again wet our lures. I swear I saw Mac's bottom lip quiver as he saw his favorite lure attached to my line hit the deep blue. We were in the process of pouring our congratulatory coffee when there was a resounding whir of my reel. Lucky Louie had enticed another victim. I grabbed my rod to witness the fish charge out of the surf and walk across the water on its tail, as did its predecessor. Down it dove, and once again exploded out of the blue sea mist and cresting waves. The activity continued for nearly half an hour. The fish eventually tired, and I led it to my awaiting comrade. The head entered the opening when I heard Mac, who never swore, give an unfamiliar expletive. The fish was too long for our net. Mac grappled with the monster while I tried to keep the line tight. He endeavored to get the prey on board. Bang, bang, bang went the flaring tail against the boat. Then all was quiet. Expletives times 2 exploded, and the exhausted fishermen dropped into their seats. Since my boat space was limited, my friend had talked me into bringing his collapsible net in preference to taking my larger but somewhat awkward one. Choices. Why didn't I think to grab the gaff? How massive was the monster? What a tail we would have. Thank goodness we had caught the beauty earlier, which did help deaden the pain. Our return trip to Westview Ramp was somewhat bittersweet. The 2-hour run home gave us time to contemplate what was and what could have been. We lamented how the big one got away.